Hi everyone, welcome to me crochet. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a shirt. We're going to make a mesh shirt, and I'm going to make a size large, or let me say medium to large, because I want the shirt to be a bit oversized. So these are the colors I'm going to be using, colors of yarn, because I'm going to be mixing colors. And this is a 2-ply yarn, yeye yarn. So, and it is acrylic, so any acrylic yarn will work. I'm going to be doubling my strands, so any acrylic yarn, 4-ply yarn will work, or say any yarn of your choice. Just make sure you know the gauge of your yarn to know the measurements to take. So I'm going to be needing tape measure, sewing needle, and buttons of your choice, any button you want at all, and also scissors. And okay, that's about it, the things you need. So let's get into it. So first I'm going to keep all this aside because I'm going to be working with this color for now, and I'm going to work the back first. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So any size you want to make, you can reduce your measurement or increase your measurement, however anyhow you like it is fine. So let's get straight into the tutorial. So for this shirt, I'm going to be working from our shoulder to the length I want, instead of round bust measurements. So I'm going to be working with length, not our round measurement. So for me, I'm going to make a length 23 is fine, or 24. So that's what I'm going to be working with. If you are making this shirt for someone that is not so tall, you can maybe reduce your measurements. But if you are working for someone that is an average height, then 23, 24 is fine. But if you are working for someone that is really, really tall, then I suggest you increase the length of the shirt. So, but whatever it is, we are going to make a chain that is going to be long enough for our measurement. So, and make sure your chains are in odd numbers. So I've tied my knots, and I'm going to make our normal chain, and I'm going to be counting. So I'll meet you when I'm done with my chain, and I'll tell you how many chains I have made. So I forgot to mention, I'm using a 5.0mm hook, and I've made a chain of 81. So make sure you make your chain and check the length, measure the length. If the length is okay for what you want, then you can continue. So I've made chains of 81, and we're going to be working a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 stitch, like that, because I'm making a mesh shirt. So to make my 81 chain a double crochet, I'm going to add extra 2 chains. So this already counts as a double crochet. Then chain extra 1, that's 4 chains. Then you go into the 6th chain from hook. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, into the 6th chain from hook, like that, with a double crochet. So then you chain 1, skip 1, go into the next chain with a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 chain, go into the next chain with a double crochet. So this is what we're going to be repeating till we get to the end of our first row. So double crochet, chain 1. So now I've gotten to the end of the row and I have 2 stitches left. So I've done my double crochet, then chain 1, skip 1 chain, then walk into your last stitch like that. So this is what I have, a mesh stitch like that. So to begin row 2, you chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 4 stands as a double crochet chain 1. Turn your work, then go into your previous double crochet with a double crochet, then chain 1, skip this 1 chain, go into the next double crochet, chain 1. So it's a very quick stitch. So this is all you have to keep doing. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, like that, and you walk till you get to the end of the row. So when we get here, I'll show you what you have to do here to complete the row, and then we'll start our 3rd row. So I'll meet you. So now I've gotten to the end of my row. I've done double crochet, chain 1. So now you come, we did a chain of 3 with extra chain 1 here. So now you skip this 1 chain and then you go to the 2nd chain here, which means that's the 3rd chain from this place. So that is 1, 2, 3. So go into this 3rd chain with our last double crochet. So we've skipped our chain 1 here. It's looking tiny, but it's there. Then we'll go into the next chain here. So that will give a balance on this edge here. So for our 3rd row, we chain 4 as usual. Turn your work. Chain 4 stands as a double crochet chain 1, and we'll go into our next double crochet. The double crochet, chain 1, next double crochet, the double crochet, chain 1. So after doing this, you keep building your work till it gets to the measurement. So now I said we're working from our shoulder to the length that we want. So but to get the back measurement, that's the shoulder to shoulder, you still need maybe the shoulder measurements that's your shoulder to shoulder measurement, or if you get your round bust measurements, you divide it into 2. So like this now, I am working with a shoulder to shoulder measurement of 16. So I'm going to work this till I get to 16 inches. So I'm going to, when I get to my 16th, when I measure and get to my 16 inches, I'll let you know how many rows I eventually did. So you can do yours for whatever measurement you have done. So just keep building till you get to the shoulder to shoulder measurement that you have made, or your bust measurement divided by 2. So have in mind that we're making sure it's going to be an oversized shirt. So even when you get your bust measurement divided by 2, you can add extra maybe 2 inches to it, so that you can have that oversized look, or 3 inches depending on how wide or how big you want it. So I'm going to show you what I have done when I've arrived at my 16 inches. I'll let you know how many extra rows I'm going to add, so that I can have that free look, that oversized look. So see you when I'm done with. From shoulder to shoulder, I have 22 inches. So 22 inches without stretch. So, and this is So I have 38 rows, and that's from the shoulder to shoulder. So I'm going to yarn off. I'm going to just make a chain one and then yarn off this particular. So this, I've done the back panel like this, so I'm cutting off my yarn and yarning off. So from here I'm going to work on my armhole. I'm going to make a demarcation for the armhole, and I'm going to be measuring with my measuring tape how much I want my armhole to be. So don't forget, we worked from our shoulder to the length we want. So I'm going to pick from my shoulder points to the measurement I want for my armhole, and I'm going to do that with a measuring tape. So with my measuring tape, I want my armhole to be 16 inches. So I'm going to divide 16 inches by 2. So from the shoulder, I'm going to measure up to 8 inches, and I'm going to also count how many stitches will make up to the 8 inches I want. So that is how you measure your armhole. You measure your armhole, whatever circumference you get, you divide it by 2. So I'm working with 8 inches. So make sure you count how many rows will be enough for how many inches you need. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So from here, I'll start working from my 8 inches, and I'll work all the way back down to the length of my shirt. So from the shoulder to the 8 inches I want, I'm not going to work there. So, but from my 8 inches, whatever the stitch is at that place, I'll work my double crochet chain one, double crochet chain one into every double crochet stitch I have till I get the length of my shirt. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. So after counting, and I'm going to be inserting my hook into the place I counted last, and make sure you're inserting your hook on a double crochet because you're starting with a chain 3 plus 1 extra chain to make 4. So, and that will be a double crochet. So on top of my double crochet, I'm going to make a chain of 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So that's a double crochet chain 1. Then I'll go into the next double crochet with a double crochet and chain 1, and I'm going to do that into every double crochet stitch till I get to the end of the row. So when I'm done with this row, when I get to that end, I'll show you what I'm going to do next. So just walk with me while doing this, and I'll show you what is next. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So on the 14th row, you attach your yarn, you chain up 4, which serve as a double crochet and chain 1. Then you go into the next double crochet like that. So you make it. So I'm almost at the end of the row, and I did the first one off camera, like the first one I was showing you. So I've done this side of one side, then you make it on the other side of your shirt. So you get that armhole curve like a normal shirt should be, instead of just a flat shirt. So this is me working on the other side of the shirt. Make sure you do it on both sides. So work that till you get to the end of the row, then yarn off. So we can just set that aside. and begin with our front panel. So for the front panel, we just work according to what we have the back panel. So make a chain of what you started your back panel with. Remember, they have to be identical. So I'm going to make my 81 chains, and I'm going to get back to you when I'm done with that to show you what I'm doing next. So I have made my 81 chains, and as usual, make extra 2 chains. So this from the 81 chains with this extra 2 chains makes it a double crochet. You chain extra 1 and go into a 6th chain from hook with a double crochet chain 1. So that's chain 4 is already a double crochet chain 1. So we keep working just like we did for our front panel. We work till we get to the end of the row. So 1 double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 chain, go into the next chain with a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 chain, like that. You repeat it till you get to the end of the row. So now I have 2 chains left. Then chain 1, skip 1 chain, and you work your last double crochet into your last chain. So now you chain 4, turn your work, and work a double crochet into every double crochet, then you chain 1 in between. So that's double crochet, chain 1, go into the next double crochet with a double crochet, chain 1, next one, 2 double crochets, chain 1. So this is how you work. So for this pattern, ignore this green one first, because this is when we want to work our armhole. I'm going to have to attach that. So I'm making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm making 5 of this color first. Then when we get here, I'll show you what to do next. So I've made 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to yarn off first. So now I'm going to change colors. So I'm going to attach this brown yarn. Attach this brown yarn here and chain up 3. Chain up 3 serves as a double crochet, but we're not making a mesh stitch for the design, so I'm going to go into the chain and make another double crochet. To work over my loose ends as I work. So I'm making 1 double crochet each into every stitch, into every chain 1 and 1 double crochet stitch. I'm going to make 1 double crochet stitch, and I'm going to do that all the way till I get to the end of the row. Then I'll yarn off and I'll show you what to do next. So I've gotten to the end of the row and I have chain 1 stitch and then last stitch. So I've worked my double crochet on that and I'm going to yarn off. This is what it looks like. So from this point, I'm going to attach our royal blue yarn, and I'm going to make the mesh stitch. So turn our work. I'm going to attach our blue yarn. So chain 4, which is a double crochet chain 1, then go into, skip 1, go into this next double crochet with a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, go into this next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, go into the next. So I'm going to do this for 5 rows. And so you work all the way to the end. When you want to turn, you chain 4 like that. You turn, you go skip 1 stitch, go into the next stitch, the double crochet chain 1, and you work. So we'll build our 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we attach our brown yarn again. So I'll do that off camera and I'll meet you when we are done. So at the end of the row, after making my 5, don't forget to skip 1 chain. So this is the last double crochet that I'm yarning off. So now we turn our work, and I'll make the next row of brown. So I'll attach my brown yarn again. Chain up 3. So you go into the next chain space with a double crochet. I'm working along with my loose ends. So I'm going to work double crochets all the way to the end of the row, and I'll show you what I'm doing next. You can decide to use any color you want, doesn't matter. You want to work with this design, and if you don't want to work this particular point of this design, you can just work your mesh stitch only all the way to the end. Doesn't matter. This is just what I have decided to make. So work your double crochet all the way to the end, and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. So I've gotten to the end of the row, and of course I'm working my last 2 stitches, and I'm going to yarn off. So from here, I'm going to be attaching my off-white yarn back, or maybe cream. So I'm attaching this, and
I'm going to work a few rows of mesh again, chain 4, skip 1 stitch, go into the next with double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. So I'm going to make a repeat of this for, so this is where we are now. So I'm going to do this for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for the next 5 rows. So this space is to create the neck space. So when I make this for the next 5 rows, I'm going to have a reduction here for 2 rows of mesh and 1 row of double crochet. So for now, let's just make this next 5 rows. Then when I get here, I'll show you what to do next. Double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1. So I'll meet you after my 5 rows are done. So I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and I've started the 6th row. So on this 6th row is where I will create my neckline. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So after the 8th box is where I'll stop. So when you're on your 5th row, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So on your 6th row, you stop your double crochets here. So I can't fit my stitch marker, I'm sorry. So let's work till we get to that stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the last double crochet I'm doing for this row. So now this space is for the neckline. This is where we're going to work our collar. So when it stays, it will stay like something like this, like that. So I'm going to work another row of same stitch, that's the 2nd one here, and then on this 3rd one I'm going to work a row of double crochet, normal double crochet instead of, so this is where we are going to be placing our buttons. By the way, this is where 19 rows stops, like I've said before. So this extra one is for buttonholes, and it will lap over each other. So that's what that row is for. So I'm going to work our normal double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 till I get to the end of the row. Then I'll walk back with our normal double crochet row. So I'll see you when I'm almost done. So I've gotten to the end of that row. So that's 2 extra rows like that. So this last row I'm working a normal double crochet row. So I'm going to turn and do normal double crochets into every stitch till you get to the end of the row. So and that row is going to lap over the other double crochet row, because we are done with our normal 19 rows at that mesh stitch row. So I'm going to do this till I get to the end of the row, and I'll meet you back and show you what to do next. So I'm on my last stitch and I'm going to yarn off. So to achieve this green row for the armhole, I actually did it for the armhole. You know, for our back panel, we had that one extra row. So this is the one extra row on the front panel. So I'm going to do it for this side too. So this is one extra row here. So on this second piece, so I'll just walk the green row here also on this one. So I measured my work earlier. For the armhole, I'm using 8 inches, and that is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 spaces like that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So on this 14th box, I'm going to attach my green yarn here, and I'm going to work my normal mesh stitch all the way to the end of the row. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4, and we're just going to the next stitch. The double crochet chain 1, chain the next stitch, double crochet chain 1, next stitch, double crochet chain 1, and I'm going to do that till I get to the end of the row here. So I'll meet you back and show you how to join. So I have done this row of double crochets for our armhole. So you can see that we have the space here. So I'm going to sew this all the way down with our seaming needle. You can join it anyhow you want. You can use single crochets to join. So this is what I usually do so that I will not have issues with. So that way it just stays. So I'm going to attach here, and I'm going to sew till I get to this place. Then I'm also going to sew from here to here. That's the shoulder part. I'm going to sew them too, just the same way I sewed this one, like that. So I'm going to do that off camera, and I'm going to show you what I have left. So I have sewn this part. See? So I'm going to sew the shoulder to shoulder also. I'm going to attach this, and at the end of the day it gets to look like this. You can see the neck hole, and then this bottom piece will lap on each other. So I think sew this part. I'll seam it together the same way I've been seaming together, stitch by stitch. Very easy to do.
I'll join the sides, I'll join the shoulders. So now I want to show you how to attach collar. So I'm using this yarn for collar, and so I'm going to attach from this place now, we have 3 rows here, this, and this. So you don't need to attach it here. This is going to be like the remains in front. So you have to start from this corner and attach it. Attach your yarn. Then chain up 4. It's going to be an easy process because the stitches are obviously there already. Just keep this chain up 4 now stands as 1 double crochet chain 1. Then so double crochet chain 1, go into the next stitch with double crochet chain 1, next double crochet chain 1. So I'm going to work my way all the way with double crochet chain 1, double crochet chain 1. So when you get to this shoulder joining, you just go into this stitch here, double crochet chain 1, then you go to the next, double crochet chain 1, double crochet chain 1. So like that. So just keep working, double crochet chain 1, double crochet chain 1, like that. So we're almost at another corner here. Just go straight into this place, the double crochet chain, double crochet chain 1, double crochet chain 1. So we are button here again, so you leave this space alone and just chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and you turn. So go back and just keep repeating the same thing till you get back to this space. And I'm going to be doing this for 8 rows. I think 8 rows should be fine because we're going to be able to flip our collar that way. So I'm going to show you what I have when I'm done. So I eventually did 7 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think it's tall enough, or rather it's long enough for the collar. So I'm going to yarn off. So weaving loose ends when we are done. So off camera, I had taped my edges. So you can choose to do this or not, but if you are going to do it, just attach your yarn here and work double crochet into every stitch all the way round back to the front. So I did 2 rows of that. So to do the arm, I'm at the armhole now. So these places that we left, that is where we are going to attach our yarn. So, and it is easy, just chain up 4, 2, 3, 4, then go into the next row. And then work your double crochet chain 1 into every double crochet stitch till you get back to this place, and then we'll slip stitch. So we're going to be working in rounds till we get to the length we want. So if you want it to be a long sleeve, you can just keep working till you get to the length you want, but I'm going to be making a short sleeve. So I'm at the end of the row. I've done my last double crochet. So I'm going to chain 1 and then slip stitch. So slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the first chain 4 we did. So from here we walk back, then go all the way so I'm going to keep doing this round by round till I get the length I want. I'm going to be attaching our green yarn with time, then maybe I'll attach the brown too. So I'll let you see what I come up with at the end, but that is the pattern you're following. You just work in rounds for the arm and then you build the length you want. So we have done our collar, and for the sleeve I changed colors. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did 1 double crochet row, then
that's 12, 13, 14, 15. So I also completed it. I did the edges with single crochet. All these are optional. Then you can also make your sleeve as long as you would like. It doesn't matter. So from now, all we have left to do is to weave in our loose ends. Weave in our loose ends and fix our buttons. I have some buttons here. So after weaving in loose ends, we fix up our buttons and we make sure they lap like that. And that is it. I will show you the final look when I'm done. Please don't forget to follow us on IG at Make Crochet, and when you remake this, you can just tag us so that we can see. Thank you very much. Bye.